Yes, Black Phone 2 is really good, and I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. For those who want a spoiler free review, like I said, I really enjoyed the movie. I think you should go watch it. I thought the story was really interesting. They connect their mom's story with the kid's story in this one. I also thought that the set where they filmed was beautiful up in the Colorado mountains during wintertime. They had a lot of gorgeous landscape shots throughout the movie. I really enjoyed how the winter snowstorms really added to the atmosphere of like isolation and made the whole movie a little bit more personal, I guess might be the best word for it. Also, the special effects and the practical effects were amazing. They did a fantastic job with the makeup, especially with the grabber and the makeup for the ghosts, the spirits. I thought they looked really good. I really do want you guys to go watch this movie. I think you'll really enjoy it. And I don't think you need to watch the first movie to be able to enjoy this one, even though obviously watching the first movie helps add a lot of context and does make the movie better. You don't have to watch the first movie though, but I'd recommend it. I really do. I think it makes the movie good and better, and I hope you guys will decide to watch the first movie before watching this one. From here on out, there's going to be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie or you just don't want to be spoiled, please click off now. Alright. The story, like I said, was interesting and really good, in my opinion. At first, I thought this was going to be a prequel with their, following Gwen and Finney's mom, who we learn more about in this movie. But it turns out that that's not the case. This is a sequel. This is a direct sequel from the first movie. Only about 2 to 3 years have taken place between the movies, and we follow Finn and Gwen. Finny, I'll just refer to him as Finn from now on. Um, while they learn both more about their mom and have to confront the grabber again. In this movie, he's back as like a demon spirit. So in this movie, hell and heaven are real. So he draws power from the spirits of the kids he's killed who haven't been found and haven't managed to make it to heaven yet. So Finn and Gwen and a few other characters are at a like church camp up in the Colorado mountains, and just like the first movie, the ghosts try and help them find out where they were buried, where they died, so that way they can be released into the afterlife instead of having to wander the earth. Um, they do a lot of really interesting things with Gwen's abilities. In this one, she like most of some of the part of the movie takes place in like a dreamscape, dream realm. Gwen has like out of body experiences after she falls asleep, and time in the real world goes like normal. So it's not like in real life where if you are like lucid dreaming, out of the body experience, things are slow in the real world compared to what you're doing. In this one, both spaces move at the same speed, at the same time. So, like, when the grabber's going after Gwen in this weird spirit dreamscape, uh, things are actually happening in the real world as well. Most of the movie is spent with them, like, trying to keep Gwen from dying in the spirit realm. And I just thought it was really cool how they do they add like some time travel kind of with Gwen, where like her dreamscape out of the body experience stuff. allows her to view things from the past, such as, like seeing where the victims died, kind of, or even she ends up calling her mom and communicating with her in the past. It was just really cool. I really thought that was a cool idea. I also really like how this movie develops Gwen and Finn. They have a lot of trauma after what happened in the first movie, and the movie does a fairly good job of showing how they were affected and then also trying to help them grow past it to let go of the trauma. I really, really, really liked how they did it, especially for Finney. We learn in the movie that he's been getting into a lot of fights, and it turns out that the reason he's doing that is because he'd rather feel anger than fear, because he's scared for his sister, especially now that all this uh, bad stuff is happening again to them. He's just really scared for Gwen, and he just comes to terms with that and lets go of the anger, which it was really emotional. I really enjoyed it. I also, like I said, the locations for the movie were cool. The first, I don't know, like 30 minutes or something take place in the town, but they go to the camp pretty fast in my opinion. And the set was beautiful, the location was beautiful. I loved the Colorado mountains. Like I said, I think the winter adds a lot of atmosphere to the story and just to the scariness, the terror of the grabber. I really liked how they differentiated the dream sequences from the real world. They introduced like a grainy um film kind of effect to the movie whenever Gwen's in the spirit realm, dream realm, and I just thought that was really neat. I really liked how it made the movie look older. I just thought it was a really cool way for them to show the difference between the real world and the dreamscape. I also really liked the beginning of the movie, where they're showing the kids and how the grabber got them. I thought that was probably the scariest part of the movie, and I think they did a fantastic job with making you scared for the kids and just making the grabber threatening. The practical effects for the grabber and the dead kids were really good. Like the grabber has like two or three different forms throughout the movie, and each one looks pretty scary. Like they did a really good job making him creepy. The dead kids also, their spirits were really good. I like how they made them look like how they died. So if one of them got, axed in the head, their spirit is still like axed in the head. I thought the kids looked pretty creepy, to be honest, and I thought that was really cool. They made the grabber feel really threatening because in the movie he is a spirit and the only person who can really see him is Gwen, but she can only see him when she is in that dreamscape, and no one else can see him. However, he is able to affect the physical world. So, like, if he were to say grab Gwen and choke her and lift her out of the off the ground, everyone around her can see her getting lifted off the ground, and I thought that was really cool. I kind of wish they'd done more with that because outside of going after Gwen, he doesn't really go after anyone else until near the end of the movie, which I thought was a missed opportunity because he is, he's very threatening. He's like a spirit demon. He seems to have gotten like an increase in strength, kind of. He does some really acrobatic things that were pretty cool and would have made me scared to deal with him. Like, I think that that is probably the scariest way to do a monster where you can't see them, but they can still affect you. And I just thought they did a really good job of making him feel threatening, making him dangerous. I also really, really liked how they touched on Christianity in this movie. Um, there's an end scene after they kill the grabber where Gwen is allowed to talk to her mom for a little bit while she's in heaven, and I really appreciated that scene. I thought it was really well done. It made me cry, to be honest. I just I really liked how they touched on Christianity here. It's not just empty platitudes. There is a heaven in this universe. Um their mom let Gwen know that the kids that they helped release from Earth made it and are safe up in heaven. And I really enjoyed that scene. Something that might throw some people off, but that I really enjoyed was the ice skating in the movie. So we learn that the grabber, whose real name is like Bill, or that's his nickname at least, um, when he was at the camp as a counselor, he was like the ice skater hockey guy, and he was really good at it. So in the movie, when they're trying to find the dead kids' bodies, they are on like they're on an iced over lake trying to find the bodies, and the grabber comes onto the lake skating, and even though it was kind of goofy, I thought it was really cool. He really was a good skater. I thought it was really cool how he skated really well. He did like freaking backflips over people. He freaking axes a guy and drags him across the ice before fucking like shooting him off the axe. I really liked it. Like, I know it's goofy. It looked kind of goofy. I'm not gonna lie, but I really liked it. I really liked it. Now, the movie is an 8 out of 10, so there are some things I don't like about it, but they're mostly nitpicky in my opinion. However, when it comes to things like Gwen's dialogue, I thought were really cringeworthy. Um, so she spends like the first like 75% of the movie having to deal with people not believing her and stuff like that. And to kind of cope with that, she comes up with like original insults, but they were all just super cringy. I didn't like them at all. And even though I know that was probably the intention behind them, because it's supposed to be like an angsty teenager, she's trying to be cool, you know. It was so cringy. It really took me out of it. Um, some of you guys might like it. I didn't. It's just what it is. What it is. Also, this movie was definitely not as scary as I was hoping it would be. Like, even though the grabber and his like weird spirit able to interact with the physical world itself was the idea of that was scary. I just don't really feel like they did much to make this movie scary. I really wish they had done a little bit more horror instead of making a thriller, because I just like the grabber could have been even more threatening. Like, most people can't see him. He can do a lot of stuff to everyone who's not Gwen. I mean, he did stuff to Gwen in the spirit world. When Gwen is injured, her real body gets injured too. But I just feel like the grabber could have done more to be scary, to scare others, especially with his weird invisibility, able to interact with the physical world thing, and the fact he's a demon. But maybe that's a me thing. Like, I still enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was kind of scary, but definitely more thriller than horror. Um, that might just be a me thing. I really just wish that the movie had been more scary. I didn't really see a whole lot of marketing for the movie. I just wanted to watch it because I watched the first one, so I wasn't like misled per se by marketing, if they tried to make the movie look scarier than it is. But that's, there's a lot that they could have done that they didn't. And part of that is that I wish they'd made searching for the dead bodies um more of the main focus. Like, obviously that's the reason they went up to the mountain, but I feel like they just find all the bodies like pretty fast. And I think it would have been better if the bodies had been more scattered, and as they found the bodies, the grabber gets more aggressive and scary. He more active, I guess, because like it could be like he's playing around. Oh, I got the kid, I got Gwen and Finney up here like I wanted them to be, so I could hurt them. And then after they find the first body, he gets more aggressive because it's like, oh, they're starting to weaken me. I need to do something about it. And then obviously he gets more aggressive as they find more bodies until the end where they beat him and hope, hopefully end him for all time. I mean, I hope there's a third movie in this franchise because I do like the concept of the grabber. I thought it was really cool. I liked the first movie a lot. I definitely liked the second one a ton. So I kind of hope he comes back, or that they do something else in this universe, I guess. But I just think that if they had made the searching more of the focus, made it take longer, they could have made it more scary as well than what did happen. Overall, like I said, though, it's an 8 out of 10. I highly recommend watching it. I really enjoyed it. I think most people are gonna really enjoy it. And as much as I don't think you need to see the first movie to be able to enjoy this one, I definitely think it makes Black Phone 2 better if you've seen Black Phone 1. If you've made it this far, please let me know down below if you agree with my opinions, if you felt differently in any way, if any of the things I talked about did you like the ice skating? Did you hate the ice skating? Do you think the movie was scary and I'm just fibbing or whatever? And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I just would really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.